Hello and welcome to BoatsGroup. We welcome you today to talk about BoatWizard, which is the input software used on our different platforms such as Yacht World, Boats.com, Annonce du Bateau, Bank and Boat. However, the tool includes other equally important functions, notably the MLS or multi-listing service, the contact manager tool, reports, and the private seller list. Throughout the videos that we offer you, we will go into more detail about these tools to explain the role and usefulness of each one. But first, a small summary of how to access your account. As a customer of BoatsGroup, you will receive an email with the access information, which consists of a login name and password that we have given you. You will also be sent a link to the BoatWizard page where you can log in. Once this is done, you can save your account on your computer and access it automatically and without repeating this operation each time. Now let's take a look at BoatWizard's boat inventory. The boat inventory is the main input tool. Through it, you will be able to publish announcements, make the necessary modifications such as price changes, addition or removal of options, photos, and change of information related to the broker. You can do all this by simply accessing your boat list and clicking on the announcement to be updated. Here you can find all the information on your boat, such as listing type, if it's available for co-brokerage or not, price, and so on. So let's return to the list view. From the list view, you can also make quick changes without entering the advert. On the right side of each advert, you have direct access to a menu that refers to the status, such as active, inactive, pending, sold, deleted. You can change this information in just 2 clicks. For Yacht World customers, there are also so-called status tags that allow you to communicate more information on the boat with potential customers directly from the search result page. Those potential customers can see, for instance, whether a sale is pending, whether a boat is going to be available soon, so that they can take quick actions based on the listing status. There are also other options available, such as sending the advert by email, copying the same advert, and getting access to the history to this advert, so you can check what modifications have been done and by whom. This can be used to control the actions done in the case of several brokers or sales representatives having access to the same account. Please note that the Grouped Actions button will be used to export the information from one or more boats to an Excel file. This allows you to edit it and modify the information, such as removing a column or adding one for a specific follow-up. Note that you also have access to the print option, which is automatically activated when you select one or more advertisements. Okay, let's move on to how to list an advert. To list an advert, click on Add and fill in the information relative to the boats. You will find a menu of the brands registered in our database in the manufacturer or make field. The make will appear when you start writing the first letters of the brand. If the name of the shipyard is not there, you can type in the word custom in the builder field. Then enter the name of the shipyard as well as the model in the model field. This process is just a way to introduce the necessary elements to enter and activate the advertisement as soon as possible while waiting for the integration of the new data of the shipyard. So as you can see here at the top of the page, we have the word blast. This is a reference to an automatic function that allows you to pre-fill your advertisement with the characteristics of the boat established by the builder in order to save you time. For instance, you can type in Jeanneau as the brand, and then you can select Prestige 42. The blast function will allow you to select already existing makes and models from the menu in order to save you time, as you can see here. So the blast data does not include the optional elements of the model, and you will have to fill in this information, including the mandatory fields specified with an asterisk, which are fields without which you will not be able to activate the advertisement. As you can see here, there are quite a few fields with the red asterisks, including listing type, co-op type, condition, price, fuel type, description, country, city, postal code, and you can see here that all fields with an asterisk are required. For the rest of the fields, the information to be filled in is always specified. The photos and video page is dedicated to your visuals. You can add normal and 360 photos to make your advert stand out from the crowd. You can also add videos, but currently this field is not free, which may change in the future. However, this is why it doesn't appear on this page. If you want to benefit from a free service, go to Other Details, where you can add a YouTube video. To do this, you must insert it in External Links, which is another page in the Other Details section. The page's features, measurements, and propulsion offer you the possibility to inform visitors about the technical aspects of the boat. We insist on the fact that even though it's not compulsory to fill in a lot of the fields, we advise you to do so because a well-designed advertisement benefits from better visibility and referencing online. On the features page, filling in the fields is a lot easier because you just have to tick the boxes that correspond to the option available on the model, as you can see here in the electronic section. In the measurements section, the page refers to the boat's speed and distance, dimensions, weight, miscellaneous information, tanks, and accommodations. Next, on the propulsion page, you can inform buyers about the engines. You can add up to 4 spaces for this purpose. Descriptions is a free section where you complete the boat's information by adding fields to better inform potential customers about boat details that BoatWizard does not offer you and you think are important. The more information you add to your advert, the better. And you can take advantage of this section to add any extra information that may come to your advantage. When you're finished, click on the Finish button. The system will offer you to change the status to activate the listing online. Finally, you should know that except for the free fields, such as description, in the basic details, all other text is translated into the language of the country where the visitor connects. You should be aware that the content of the advert is directly linked to its referencing. In other words, a complete advert that respects the advice given by our services, e.g. the account manager amongst others, is an advert that has better chance of appearing. Some rules are valid for any content on the internet. Our advice in this case is to fill the advert with the information requested through BoatWizard. Other aspects, however, are not visible, as it is only noticeable by inserting the information in a concrete way. I'm going to tell you the 3 key points that will make a difference. First, go to Basic Details. Once you're in Basic Details, scroll down to the Category section. So our advice is to select 2 or more categories in additional classes. The first one can be selected with a normal click, however the second one must be selected with the Control click, or if you're on a Mac, Control key is replaced by the Command key. Next, our advice is to always start the description with the make and model. Here we will copy the make and model from the top, Genome Prestige 42, and paste it in the description in bold. This will make your advertisement more noticeable to potential buyers. Our third point is that in the Photos and Videos page, you should title all your photos. To make it simple, you can copy and paste the same sentence for all of them, e.g. the brand and the model. This last aspect will directly influence the searches made on Google Images. Note that you are not limited by a number of photos to publish on an advert. However, you should try to avoid more than 20. This is to fit into the criteria of a good advert. Now let's move on to the Reports tab, which presents the summary of the reactions of your visitors to your adverts. The period is predetermined by default. However, you can customize it on the left-hand side of the page in date interval. For the demonstration, we will use the past year as our interval. Once it loads, you can see that the statistics are divided into two graphs. The first one being visibility, which gives you the summary of the impressions and visualizations or total listing views. The second graph is called Connections and gives an overview of all the emails received and all the clicks that were generated to get the phone number from the site, as well as other actions such as the displaying of all the inventory, printing the advert, and sharing the advert on social networks. There are other filters available on the left-hand side of the reports. For example, Office in the case of having several. There is also Portal if you publish your adverts on different websites, which is here beneath Office. And finally, there is also Boat if you want the information on a particular boat. Notice that the legends that appear on the right side of the visibility graph determine the services that you have subscribed to, in this case standard listings and sponsored boats. If you are a Yacht World customer, you will automatically see at least the standard and other highlighted. Each legend is determined by a color in the graph. The green, for example, corresponds to standard ads, the blue to sponsored, and finally the yellow indicates the traffic obtained through Google. Note that at the top of the page, you always have a summary of your statistics over the last 28 days if you have not selected or customized another time space. The boat details table under the visibility graph provides you with aspects of traffic complementary to what we have just presented. The last three columns, listing views, impressions, and click-through rate, are very useful to make an analysis on the behavior of visitors according to the advert consulted. The reports give you the tools to make your own analysis to draw a balance sheet to guide you through your next steps and future business strategy. For this, I will go a little more into the detail of the table below. First, impressions are the number of times the advert has appeared on the visitor's screen. This point is related to the search history, and the listing views of ads are the actions made, in other words, the number of clicks on the ad that have appeared. The click-through rate, or CTR, is the average between the impressions and the visualization of adverts. If the rate is too low, our first advice is to review the advert because it may be due to the fact that it is incomplete or badly made. For example, the advert is unclear or there are not enough photos. If you feel that your advert meets the basic criteria, the diagnosis may be due to another factor, because the search can be done by filtering through price. In this case, you have the means to check what scale you are on thanks to the MLS, looking for the model of the boat that has not obtained a good average CTR. The result can give you some clarification in case your boat is more expensive or amongst the most expensive. Of course, you can appeal to your specialist, account manager, or sales representative to help you better evaluate the situation and propose concrete solutions. The multi-listing service, or MLS, is the search engine for professionals. It centralizes all the boat adverts on our websites and you can discuss the MLS services and the requirements for qualifying for access with your account manager. The MLS has two main functions: to analyze the market and to find boats available in co-brokerage. On the left-hand side, you will find the search criteria, which automatically updates the listing that appears before your eyes. By selecting one or more listings, you will be able to activate the buttons at the top of the page like so. So what is the MLS? The MLS allows you to search for boats that are available in co-brokerage for geography, make, model, year of construction, and price in order to cross-reference this information with your boats. Supply and demand is not the same in all regions, and this has a strong impact on the number of requests you will receive. With the information from the MLS, you will be able to implement corrective measures. We will now show you some of the different functions of the MLS. To start, let's take a look at how to print an advert. Select the boat or boats that you are interested in and click at the button at the top of the page entitled Print Selected. As you can see, we have selected two different boats, and the button now reads Print to Selected. Once you click on this button, you will be redirected to a page where you can customize the printing mode to your liking. But please note that it is only possible to display your company logo and contact details on boats available in co-brokerage. Now we will take a look at how to send an email attaching an advert. In order to send an email, you must also select the boat or boats that you are interested in and click on a button at the top of the page entitled Email Selected. Once you click on this button, you may compose your message and enter the details of your recipient. If everything is in order, you may click on Send Email. Please note that if the boats you have selected are not validated for co-brokerage, no information will appear. We will now show you how to create an alert and save a search. To save you time, you can save your searches and assign alerts to them. First, you will want to do your search. We recommend you start filtering by region, for example, Europe. You can then filter by country from the same drop-down menu system. In our case, we'll use United Kingdom. You can then use the other filters such as make, model, price, and so on. In our case, we will use Veneto as the make. You can see that on the right the listings have been refreshed. Once you're happy with your search, go to the Professional Boat Shopper section below the search criteria. You can then click on Save this search and fill in the search information. You should note that new customer should be understood as a new search. So you will want to fill in the name, last name, email, and phone number of your customer. The more information you have, the better. You can then save the search under your chosen name, in our case, Boats UK Veneto. Finally, leave the email notifications checkbox checked to receive an alert when a boat has returned to your portal of choice and boat adverts match your search. These will be listed in the PBS Professional Boat Shopper tab of BoatWizard, where you can manage them. We will now take a look at the Contact Manager tool. The Contact Manager tool includes a mail inbox titled My Inbox, a function to activate alarms or reminders, statistics that summarize the requests received and their sources, the response templates that you have saved, as well as the list of contacts that you have saved. Like any other Contact Manager tool, it has a customer database that you enter into the system with the contact information and also the information about the boat or boats that interest your customer, so that as soon as you publish a boat that corresponds to a query about the boat in question, the system will send you a signal to contact them and make sure that they are still looking for that particular boat. So now, how to feed your Contact Manager tool. If you have been in the boat sales business for a long time, we assume that you already have a list of contacts to be integrated into the BoatWizard Contact Manager list. So all you have to do is contact your account manager or sales representative have a request a standard form to be filled in and import all the information at once. On the other hand, you can update this database with all the new customers you will have through new email requests, which will arrive automatically to your contact manager inbox and from all the websites such as Yacht World, Boats and Outboards, Boatshop24, Ignacio Baicoses de Barcos, Boats.com, Anos du Bateau, Bottom to Coupe and Bottom Bank, as well as boat ads. In this case, no form is needed. Registration can be done through the Contacts tab and the Add a Contact button. Here you can fill in all the personal information related to the contact, including title, name, email address, and home phone number. You mustn't forget to add the source of obtaining this information. This refers to the website from which the contact was obtained, as well as the other sources you see in the drop-down list, such as cold call, previous customer. Next, save this information and move on to the second step. The second phase is related to the boat or boats that interest each customer. The top right-hand side of the page, click Add Boat to save the make, model, and description, or a note on the special characteristics required by the customer. As you can see here, we are filling out the make, Princess Prestige 42, and the comments. After you've done this, tick the Make this the preferred boat if the customer is interested in more than one model, and save. You can then go into more detail with the tab that comes after Add Search Criteria. The majority of our customers use the main characteristics: boat category, power or sailboat, length, year of construction, and price range. Don't forget to save the information you enter each time. The Contact Manager tool offers you to make thorough and regular follow-ups to avoid getting lost in several Excel files or other analysis documents, or spending hours swapping information coming from everywhere. This tool is an all-in-one tool that includes all the management and analysis functions. You will find, amongst other things, active history, reminders that you have programmed, notes left for this purpose, and you will be able to edit the contact information as well as delete it, or you can reassign the customer if a customer changes hands from one salesperson to another in the case of an internal change in your company. Other features include the blocked senders feature to protect you from serious online fraudsters, or the quick import of your contacts if they are saved on your computer through Outlook, for example. You will have an overview of your future activities in the Reminders tab. The information here comes from the reminders you have programmed on the Contact homepage. An alarm for sending an email or making a call will be activated accordingly. The program will run like a clock, sending you a signal at the time of the appointment. A handy feature of the Contact Manager tool is the Template section, which refers to sample text used to answer customers who often ask the same questions. If the answer is the same, save time by writing email templates and keep them for when you are faced with this situation. Finally, the Statistics tab gives you information about the leads received through each website and the monthly performance up to the last 4 months. The Brokerage Summary Report is an analytical summary of your fiscal year over a predetermined period, giving an idea of the conversion rate of leads into sales. This information is essential for brokers employing several salespeople. The same analysis is available in the case of several offices. Now let's move on to the private seller list. The FSBO Leads tab gives you access to a list of private boat owners who are looking for a professional to sell their boat. These ads remain available for 30 days and are automatically deleted after this period. You can see in the list of contact details of the owner and the main information related to the boat. Only BoatsGroup customers have access to this database. So now we will tell you how you can use this. To search by model or country, please click the Ctrl and F keys or Command and F on a Mac. Then you can type in the words, one or more words, depending on the result which you wish to obtain. These will be highlighted in orange in the listing, as you can see here with our example Beneteau. Every day the requests arrive automatically. It's up to you to make the most of it. The Sold Boats tool, as its name suggests, is another market analysis tool, but unlike the MLS, which remember gives you information on boats still for sale, the Sold Boats tool will only refer to boats that have already been sold. You can discuss the Sold Boats services and the requirements for qualifying for access with your account manager. The Sold Boats tool is the best way to sound out the boat trade to give you an idea of what can be an acquisition opportunity, with the best resale possibilities offering higher commissions. These commissions are relative depending on other criteria such as time. That's why Sold Boats includes the time in its filters, as indicated by the column Days Active. This column gives you information about the time it took to sell a particular boat model. So now, how to use it. When you access the Sold Boats page, a series of filters will appear on the left-hand side. The result of your search will be based on the elements you have targeted. No fields are mandatory, so you can simply type in the model of a boat and click on Search to get a general idea of sales around the world over an indefinite period of time. Our advice is to redo a more specific search by determining at least these elements: the brand or make, the model, the period of time. This one will vary according to the boats. Some are sold at a rate of 1 per year, which means we have to research over several years to have a better idea. And finally, the research area. Our advice is to research the whole world to get an idea of the markets and areas of interest. Then target your market to make a comparison. And that's how to use the Sold Boats feature.